did not make it up, said Strider. It is a part of the lay that's called the Fall of Gilgalad, which is an ancient tongue. Bill must have translated. I never knew that. There was a lot more, said Sam, all about Mordor. I didn't learn that part. It gave me the shivers. I never thought I should be going that way myself. Going to Mordor, cried Pippin. I hope it won't come to that. Do not speak that name so loudly, said Strider. It was already midday when they drew their near the southern end of the path, and saw before them in the pale clear light of the October sun a grey-green bank, leading up like a bridge on to the northward slope of the hill. They decided to make for the top at once. While the daylight was broad, concealment was no longer possible, and they could only hope that no enemy or spies was observing them. Nothing was to be seen moving on the hill. If Gandalf was anywhere about, there was no sign of him. On the western flank of Weathertop, they found a sheltered hollow, at the bottom of which there was a bowl-shaped dell with grassy sides. There they left Sam and Pippin with the pony and their packs and luggage. The other three went on. After half an hour's of plodding, Strider reached the crown. Obviously, 2 more pages, I am done here, guys. I'll babble on for the remaining of the video, obviously. As you guys prefer it when I babble on, obviously, of the hill. Frodo and Merry followed, tried and breathless. The last slope had been steep and rocky. On the top they found, as Strider had said, a wide ring of ancient stonework, now crumbling or covered with age-long grass. In the center, a cairn of broken stones had been piled. They were blackened as if with fire, and then with the turf was burned to the roots, and all within the ring the grass was scorched and shriveled, as if flames had swept the hilltop. But there was no sign of any living thing. Standing upon the rim of the ruined circle, they saw all around before them a wide prospect, for the most part of the lands, empty and featureless, except for patches of the woodland way to the south, beyond which they caught here and there the glint of distant water. Beneath them on the southern side there ran like a ribbon on the old road, coming out of the west, and winding up and down, until it faded behind a ridge of the dark land to the east. Nothing was moving on it. Following its line eastward with their eyes, they saw the mountains. The near foothills were brown and somber. Behind them stood taller shapes of gray, and behind those again were high white peaks glimmering among the clouds. Well, here we are, said Merry, and very cheerless and uninviting it looks. There is no water, no shelter, and no sign of Gandalf. I don't blame him for not waiting, if he ever came here. I wonder, said Strider, looking around thoughtfully. Even if he was a day or two behind us at Bree, he could have arrived here first. You can ride very swiftly, then need rests. Suddenly he stopped and looked at the stone on the top of the cairn. It was flatter than the others and whiter, as if it had escaped the fire. He picked it up, examined it, turning it with his fingers. This has been candled recently, he said. What do you think of these marks? On the flat underside, Frodo saw some scratches. There seems to be a stroke, a dot, and 3 more strokes, he said. The stroke on the left might be a G rune, with thin branches and Strider. It might be a sign left by Gandalf, though one cannot be sure. The scratches are fine, and they certainly look fresh, but the marks might mean something quite different, and have nothing to do with us. Rangers use runes, and come here sometimes. What could they mean? 1 more page here, guys. What could they mean, even if Gandalf made them? Asked Merry. I should say, answered Strider, that they stood for G3, and were a sign that Gandalf was here on October the 3rd. That is 3 days ago now. It would also show that he was in a hurry and danger was at hand, so that he had no time or did not dare to write anything longer or plainter. If that is so, we must be wary. I wish we could feel sure that he made the marks. Whatever they mean, said Frodo, it would be a great comfort to know that he was on the way in front of us or behind us. Perhaps, said Strider. For myself, I believe that he was here and was in danger. There have been scorching flames here, and now the light that we saw 3 nights ago in the eastern sky comes back to my mind. I guess that he was attacked on this hilltop, but with what result I cannot tell. He is here no longer, and we must now look after ourselves and make our own way to Rivendell as best we can. How far is Rivendell? Asked Merry, gazing round warily. The world looked wild from Weathertop. I don't know if the road has ever been measured in miles beyond the Forsaken Inn. A day's journey east of Bree, answered Strider. Some say it is so far, and some say otherwise. It is a strange road, and folk are glad to reach their journey's end. Where the time is long and sure, but I know how long it would take me on my own feet, with fair weather and no ill fortune. 12 days from here to the ford of the Bruin, where the road crosses the Loudwater that runs out of Rivendell. We have at least a fortnight's journey before us, for I do not think we shall be able to use the road. A fortnight, said Frodo. A lot may happen in that time. It may, said Strider. And that ends my read-along for today. I'm on page 246. So in a good 2 days, I'll finish. Tomorrow I'll read 4 pages, and the day after tomorrow I'll read 6 pages, and I'll end chapter 11. Let's see. I'm no longer going to babble on explaining what I read for Lord of the Rings. I think you guys can interpret what's going on from hearing my words. Obviously, as I just skimmed through Lord of the Rings, I don't really remember much that I read. Obviously, let's see, right. My Lord of the Rings read-along is almost done. I have about about pretty much a chapter left, a chapter and a half left, pretty much. And then after that, I am done. Right? And after that, you might hear some noise outside. There's people, some members of my family are talking on the phone and stuff. And after I finish my book 1, that ends my Lord of the Rings read along. And after that, stay tuned for that video where I'll be talking about my 3 movies, obviously. My 3 movies, obviously. Going back to when I made that announcement, obviously, VJ will be listening in, because VJ is connected to me. VJ will be listening into the conversation, obviously. And VJ's gonna be like, oh my god, Ivan, be brave. You know what I'm saying? VJ's gonna be brave. I told you, if I sold out and me and VJ were to share, VJ would be me and VJ would guarantee have an argument, man. VJ would be like, Ivan, what the fuck, man? How can you be so fucking stupid? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, me and you sharing forever, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna be miserable. I can't see you. I see hell. I'm trash. We're not gonna get to the Glory Beauty, you know what I'm saying? We're sabotaging Hollywood. We're not kicking. VJ would be so mad at me. Obviously, she'd be fucking pissed at me, obviously. And me and her coming would be for nothing, obviously. As me and her came here to be king and queen, we didn't come here to be dirty slaves. Hence why God gave us the keys, obviously. That way we don't have to sell. Yeah, Ivan, I'm going to give you the keys because I know the gatekeepers are going to lock the doors on you. If you want to open your own doors and be free, in order for me to be free, if I didn't have the keys, I would have a trashy wife, which is fucking gross, and me and her would be sharing forever with the world. And we'd be dirty slaves, obviously. And there's a reason why God gave me these keys, obviously. That way I can open my own door, and that way I don't have to sell to any gatekeeper. That way that's why God gave me and wife the keys. Even though these keys really piss me off, and you know what I'm saying, I trip, I have anxiety, I'm scared to think bad things. You know what I'm saying? You guys know what I'm talking about, because I'm scared to even think bad things about my wife. Because I'm scared she'll judge me for what I think and all that stuff. Even though I know VJ has the keys too, and God knows what kind of thoughts she thinks because of the mess, obviously. VJ is obviously used to the keys, or I'm not used to the keys. Hence why I trip, I have anxiety, you know what I'm saying? I sometimes even get depressed because of the keys, obviously. Because everyone can read my mind, obviously. But God gave me these keys as a blessing because I can make my easy billions, obviously. Hence why God gave me these keys. That way I don't have to sell to any gatekeeper. You know what I'm saying? So even though the gatekeepers are so powerful, God made it so even though the gatekeepers are so powerful, they own the whole financial system in the world. They lock all the doors on me completely. When I mean lock all doors on me completely, they lock all doors on me completely to the point whereby I can't even get my book proofread. I can't even get my book proofread or what? Proofread or formatted, obviously. I have to do everything myself. But hey, look, Ivan, I'll give you the keys. All you have to do is you have to write your own book, do everything yourself. Obviously, I have a pretty good knowledge of grammar. Obviously, do everything yourself and you can make your easy billions. Yeah, so God made it easy for me. Even though the gatekeepers are going to lock all doors on you, Ivan, I'm going to give you, you know what I'm saying, whenever you make videos on your Sabotage channel, because you have the keys, everyone around the world's aware. They all watching your videos. Yeah, God made it easy for me because I have the keys, obviously. The keys are a blessing, and I see it as a little bit of a curse because everyone can read my mind, obviously. And I'm scared people will judge me for what I think, obviously. But it's also a blessing because I know I can make easy money for me and my wife, obviously. Easy billions, obviously. You know what I'm saying? And what? And what? And then once what? And once my stepfamily sit me upstairs, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be very nervous, obviously, and you're gonna see they're gonna be nice to me at first, but eventually their true demonic nature will show because I know when it comes to me and my wife, the world's fucking crazy. You guys are crazy psychopaths. You're nothing but a mess and white made. You're fucking crazy people, and you're just nothing but a mess. And people make fun of me because of my mental illness, and you guys are 10 times crazier than me and my wife. You want to have me and her share for the rest of my life. So think about this. My stepbrothers bang my wife, obviously. My stepbrothers, they get to see my wife, obviously, and she's not even their fucking wife, obviously. You guys let them see my wife, and you won't even let me see my wife when she's my husband, and when I'm her husband. They're not. She's not even their fucking wife. And they can see her for free, obviously, and I have to pay to be with her. That's what pisses me off. I have to have sex with my stepmother to see my wife. You see how fucked up this whole thing is. You guys somehow think you have control of my relationship when you don't. She is not your wife, and I am not your fucking husband. But because you guys are crazy psychopaths and you're crazy people, and you can't let go of your dumb envy, you want. So after my stepbrothers already banged my wife, they all got a piece of that, right? They banged her, obviously. My stepbrother banged her. You know what I'm saying? They now want me. Now when I have an opportunity to be with her, they want me here to share with them because they're fucking selfish people and they're crazy people, obviously. And at the same time, they want to take control. So when Ivan's a poor bum, and he's free, the doors are all locked on him, obviously, and you sabotage his channel, you act like you don't watch his videos. Ivan, stop watching yourself, and you secretly watch my videos. That's why I'm peacing out. I'm not going to do like that. And then when VJ sells, you won't even let her be worth hundreds of millions of dollars or even $1 billion because it's the step families. I told you, the step families are fucking crazy. They're so envious. They hate me and my wife so bad. They hate VJ so much because they're envious of her. I can't stand VJ. She's so beautiful. You know what I'm saying? She's Ivan's husband. You know what I'm saying? I don't want her being a billionaire. I don't want her being worth hundreds of millions of dollars because I can't stand her, even though you know she's God, obviously. Because you guys are crazy people, obviously. And then you let all the other celebrities like Rihanna, Justin Bieber, and all of them, you allow them to be worth like hundreds of millions of dollars, but you won't allow VJ, who's God, to be worth hundreds of millions of dollars. So Steph Families are fucking crazy. So either way, they want their full cake. Hence why I'm not selling as a market to do my. I know if I sold out, they would win the game. It's a trap, and I'm not super. I know I would get a trashy wife. She would see hell forever, and me and her would be sharing forever with the world, and our life would be miserable. Hence, I'm not going to do like that, obviously. I figure out the whole puzzle of the game. And then finally, when I write my book, right, when I write my amazing fantasy novel, so the Step Families won't let me make money through their system. They keep me poor. So think about this. The Step Families are worth close to $1 trillion around there. I don't know, 500 billion plus $1 trillion. They have probably $200 billion in the bank, $250 billion in the bank. And they won't even let me and my wife be billionaires because they're fucking crazy people. Or even they won't even let me and my wife make money for ourselves. They lock all the doors on me, obviously. They also lock the doors on VJ. They won't let her be worth hundreds of millions of dollars or $1 billion. They keep her worth what? They keep her worth what? I don't know. 10. They say she's worth $10 million. I guarantee you VJ probably has like 1.5 million in her bank. She's a fucking survivor, man. They keep VJ as a survivor in Hollywood. Shitty sabotage career, trashy porn star, and Ivan is a poor bum sabotage on YouTube. Obviously. So you see the double standards, obviously. They want no matter what they want their full cake, obviously. That's why I'm not selling on market to do like that. And then finally, when I write my own book, which is my rights, obviously, because I wrote my own book, it is my property and it is my rights. It is my property and it's my rights, obviously. So when Ivan O'Mara writes his own amazing Last of Us book, you're looking at an amazing book. Best friend, if Steph Families have read some of my book, they know it's an amazing story. It's $1 billion story, obviously. Finally, when I write my own book, and I know what I'm saying, and they know I own the rights to my book. Finally, which is financial control, obviously, they all of a sudden think they have the right to take control over my book when they're not even worth my royalties. As you're not the son of God, hence you're not worth my royalties, obviously. The only person in this world who's worth my royalties is my wife, because she's my nature, obviously. She's my spirit. That's why she's the only one who is worth my royalties. I'm going to keep saying that. So think about this. The Steph Families want no matter what, they want their full cake because they're fucking crazy people. And all of a sudden, when I write my own book, they know which means financial control because I own the rights to my book. I wrote it, obviously. They all of a sudden want, and I have the keys. They all of a sudden want to take control over my book. When you're not even worth my royalties, you won't let me make money through your system. What makes you think I'm going to let you take my money? You can't have your full cake. That's not how it works, man. You won't let my wife make money through your system even when she sells, even when you have control over her finances because you're fucking crazy. You won't let me make money through your system when I'm free, obviously. And all of a sudden, when I write my own book, you all of a sudden think you have the right to take control. In other words, the Step Families see my book as their money because they control the finances around the world. They see everything in the world as their money, obviously, because they're crazy fucking people, obviously. Yeah, everything around the world is your money, but when it comes to Ivan O'Mara, it's not your money because you are not the son of God and you are not worth my royalties, obviously. Hence why their true demonic nature is going to come out. Ivan, You know what I'm saying? Either you have to sell. You know what I'm saying? I'm not fucking selling. You know what I'm saying? If you sell, you and your wife are going to be a star. You're going to be famous. But you and your wife are going to have to share with all the men and women in Hollywood and all the entire world forever for the rest of your life. And you get a trashy wife to yourself, obviously. They're not going to tell me I'm going to get a trashy wife, but I figured it out. I'm like, look, man, I know my wife is trash. I am not stupid. I know if I sold out, I will get a trashy wife. She would see hell forever. And me and her would be sharing with the entire world forever. That's how crazy you guys are. Because you guys are nothing but a mess wife made, man. Forever, man. You know, Ivan, you have to share with, you and your wife have to share with the world forever for the rest of your life. So me and wife are dirty slaves forever for the rest of our lives. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm not making that choice. So, and they'll be like, Ivan, they'll be like, hey, Ivan, if you want your, and again, somehow they think they have control of a relationship when they don't, because they're fucking crazy people. Or you die, Ivan. If you want financial control, if you want a fresh wife all to yourself, you have to die for it. The same time, they also don't want me touching their money. Hence, their true mafia colors will come out. Hey, Ivan, if you don't sell to us, you're gonna pay with your life, man. You're gonna pay with your life. You think you can fuck with my money also? I'm gonna hear them swear for the first time. You think you can fuck with my money also? You're gonna see how crazy. Region knows what I'm talking about. You're looking at the mafia. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see my stepbrother's true colors coming out too. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see their true colors coming out because all those guys, they don't want me. My family, they don't want me being with my wife, obviously. And VJ's, the moment that my stepfather makes a sister me I'm serious, that's when VJ's family's true nature will come out too. VJ's family's true nature will come out too. VJ will find out how rich they really are. Oh my God, you're the gatekeepers, and guaranteed VJ and her family are gonna have that argument. It's finally gonna hit VJ. Oh my God! So this whole time, you guys are the gatekeepers. You own the whole Hollywood system. Think about this. VJ's family and my family own the whole Hollywood system. They're the big bosses. They own all of Hollywood. They're fucking big. They could have opened the doors for VJ, obviously, and they locked the doors on her. They had her do shitty indie movies. And they also They also had her be a porn star to cause mess. And I was like, yeah, they set the whole thing up for VJ, obviously. And that's why all these people, whenever I hear all these assholes who bang my wife, obviously, who got their trashy bullshit sex, how you get what you fucking deserve. Obviously, all these guys who always brag about banging VJ, but look, man, the whole thing, you not separate me and her, this mess never would have happened, as VJ would never cheat on me as long as she sees me. And you know that. As long as VJ sees me, VJ will never cheat on me because she knows if another man touches her, she will see hell forever, obviously. Hence, me and VJ would have been together to this day. Hence, all these men who brag, oh, I banged VJ, even though they got their trashy bullshit sex, you got what you fucking deserve. They know the whole thing out. You separate VJ from Ivan, and you had to be porn star, and you set the whole thing up with all the dolls going after it. And that's why the mess happened. Yeah. And these guys brag, I banged her, and I'm like, come on, man, you guys purposely set the whole thing up for her. Because you guys are fucking crazy people, obviously. Yeah. Obviously. And then once I leave that room, and I'm brave, I'm not selling you, I choose death. I'm brave and I choose death, obviously. Because I'm going to be brave, obviously. Once I leave that room, I'm going to break down in fucking tears, man. I'm going to have a mental breakdown. Because I now know I have to have sex with my stepmother to save my wife, which I don't want to do, man. I have to have sex with my stepmother. I now know, and I don't know, but my stepmother says, Ivan, before you make your money off your book, you have to pay us. Okay, well, what do I have to do? You have to have sex with all these women. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You have to have sex with all these hundreds of women in Hollywood. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, man? I don't want to have sex with all these women. Are you fucking kidding me? You know what I'm saying? And after I leave that room, I'm gonna break down in tears, man. I'm gonna break down tears, and I'm gonna remember. You guys are gonna remember. Remember that story, the story of Jesus, when Jesus told Judas, when Satan entered Judas. When I find out how wicked you guys really are, and I find out how wicked my family really is. Remember what Jesus told Judas. Hey, whatever you want to do to me, do it quickly. Whatever you want to do to this innocent man world, do it quickly. I'm just saying, if you want to turn this virgin man into a porn star all because you want to see him have sex and jack off his videos, and put my wife through that whore, obviously, do it quickly. I'm just saying, once I pay my dues and I suffer death, you got your mess. All you men in Hollywood, you all want to get a supposed piece of VJ, right? Your spirit ran away. You got your trashy sex. All you men in Hollywood who want to get a supposed piece of VJ, obviously. You got your mess. You got your trashy sex. You got your bullshit sex. All you women who supposedly want a piece of Ivan, you got your bullshit sex from Ivan. Now, and you know what I'm saying? You got your mess world. Now, when I am VJ King, who leave us the fuck alone, we're living our life, and I'm piecing the fuck out with her after this. As I'm not gonna let you do me like that. Let's see. And once I told you, looking at something very scary like the mafia. Because of the gatekeepers, they don't want anyone touching their money. You're looking at something very scary like the mafia. But even then, I'm gonna like, look, man, I'm not selling to you, man. You're not fucking God. You didn't create this universe. You made me the gatekeeper, but I'm bigger than you, man. I created the whole fucking universe. Whereas you may own the whole financial system in the world, but I'm fucking running the entire universe. I am bigger than you. I'm bigger than you, hence you're not worth my royalties, obviously. And you have to let them know that. You have to be brave, obviously. Okay, I mean, if you don't sell, you want your wife to outfresh yourself, you have to die for it. You have to pay the price to be with your wife now. So I'm like, first of all, she's not your fucking wife. Who in God's earth gave you the authority to think you have control of a relationship when she's not your fucking wife and I'm not your fucking husband? No one, Ivan. We're just envious. So because of your envy, you somehow think you have control of a relationship when you don't. Because you guys are crazy fucking people, man. You're nothing but a mess and wife made, man. Crazy fucking people. Obviously. You might hear some noise. Obviously, right? And once I leave that room, guaranteed I will have a mental breakdown. VJ knows what I'm talking about. I will have a mental breakdown. I will cry my eyes out. And I guarantee you I will go to the store and get smokes. Like I'm probably gonna, if I have, I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna probably take a nice walk to the store and get a pack of smokes. Because I now know I now know I have to have sex with my stepmother. Because I don't want to do that, but my stepmother is gonna force me to have sex with her when I don't want to have sex with her. Obviously, I'm gonna cry as I don't want to do that. Obviously, at the same time, I also know I'm gonna be a porn star, and all the Hollywood women are gonna be lined up. All the celebrities in Hollywood, the Hollywood celebrities, women, right? They're gonna be lined up to have sex with me, obviously. When I don't want to have sex with these dirty women, man. So you guys are gonna humiliate me in front of the world, obviously. Now the one thing that's gonna haunt me is knowing that after I have sex with this woman, you guys are gonna kill me, obviously. That's the haunting thought, obviously. Obviously, you put me through that horror, and you put my wife through this horror. And all I'm gonna think about when I pay this fee is see my wife, as I haven't seen her for 30 years. Okay, all I have to do is just get this fee over with. And I get to see my beautiful wife after what? After 30 years, obviously. Obviously, right? That's what, obviously. And that's hence why when on VJ, you guys already know when the step farmers are going to send me upstairs. Yeah, Ivan, we know. We can see the future. Yeah, I have the keys. You guys already know when the step farmers are going to. Chances are they're going to sit me upstairs. I don't know, late this month, mid November, late November, perhaps early December, or maybe early next year, perhaps. But soon they're going to sit. Once I let them know that I'm done my book. What I'll do is every day whenever I go through, I'm going to keep telling them, hey guys, I'm done my book. I want to get my book self-published on Lulu. I'm gonna keep telling them that, reminding them that way I show them that I'm serious, obviously, and eventually they will sit me upstairs and their true demonic nature will come out, and I'm going to be very shocked by how rich they are. I'm like, so this whole time you guys are gay. That's why I set the whole thing up where Ivan and VJ are guaranteed gonna piece up, man. I'm gonna be so shocked. So this whole time you guys are the gatekeepers. You know what I'm saying? You guys own the whole system, the whole Hollywood system. You own everything around the world. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Everything, I'm like, you guys, I'm going to be so shocked. I'm saying, you have me believe in Jesus. You know what I'm saying? They played me. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? So when we lived in that shitty apartment in Montreal, in that shitty apartment hall, you could have easily lived in a nice house and you lived in a shitty apartment. Why? Because you hate me so much, obviously. The step families hate me so much, they're willing to even have me, they're willing to live in a shitty apartment. I don't want Ivan being a part of our lavish life because I hate him so much. Because they're fucking crazy people, obviously. Just like VJ's family, obviously, they don't want VJ being a part of their lavish life. So even though VJ owns a nice woman in our house, they don't want VJ being a part of their lavish life. Hence why they have VJ pay the bills, have her live in $1 million house. You know what I'm saying? They have VJ be a survivor. They don't want her being worth like $1 billion because they're crazy people, man. They don't want me and my wife being successful in this world because they're fucking crazy people. They're crazy people, obviously. It's finally going to hit me. It's finally going to dawn on me. When I find out how powerful you are, I'm going to be so shocked. It's finally gonna dawn on me. I'm gonna have a flashback of my life. I'm gonna remember when we lived in Montreal. We lived in that shitty apartment. I'm gonna remember when we lived in that shitty apartment in Hull. It's finally gonna dawn on me. Oh my god! I'm gonna remember when my step parents drove all these shitty cars. Well, I mean shitty cars. I remember one point we had this shitty rusted car, man. It's finally gonna dawn on me. So you're willing to hide your wealth and act like you're poor, just so I can't be your wife because you guys are fucking crazy people, man. You're nothing but a mess, man. You know, we're fucked up people. Yeah, man, you guys are fucked up people. You're willing to do anything just to prevent me from being together, even hiding your wealth for fucking 30 years. Because they're fucking crazy people, man. They're nothing but a mess in white man. Fucking crazy psychopaths, man. You know, we're fucked up people. Yeah, man, you guys are fucked up people. And you're nothing but a mess, man. And that's why I set everything up whereby, look, man, if the stepfathers want to lock the doors on me and my wife, they're going to have to hide the wealth. And so when Ivan makes that final announcement when he finishes his book, he will find out how rich they really are. Hence, Ivan and Vijay will be shocked. Well, I mean shocked. I mean Vijay and Ivan, me and Vijay will be very, very shocked, man. Vijay will be shocked, like what the fuck. So you're the big bosses. So the porn business has Vijay. The porn company that Vijay is working for. Vijay's mother owns that porn business. As Vijay owns all of Hollywood. Think about that. Vijay's mother owns all of Hollywood. All those big companies in Hollywood, like Warner Bros., Disney, and all stuff. Vijay's mother is the boss. She owns all that. My family owns all that. We'll be so shocked, obviously. Hence why That's why my wife is running the fuck away with me, and she's piecing the fuck out of me after I pay this fee, obviously. Even though I'm gonna be shocked once I see my family's wealth, I'm gonna have that shitty feeling like, what the fuck, man? Like, so I'm gonna have that shitty feeling, what the fuck? So this whole time you guys had all this money, you got billions in your account, and you had me working minimum wage, and you lived in this ghetto neighborhood. This is a nice neighborhood, but for someone who's a gatekeeper, this is the ghetto. You live in this ghetto neighborhood, you live in that shitty apartment. This whole time you guys are that rich. You know what I'm saying? But one thing so in other words, you left me out of your lavish life when for 30 years, obviously. So for 30 years, they hid their wealth, obviously. You left me out of your lavish life for 30 years, obviously. As behind the scenes, I'm pretty sure that set families probably go to their nice condos also when I'm not looking, obviously. But they have to act and play along, obviously. But I'm like, hey man, you know, just like Vijay's family left Vijay out of their lavish life too. Even though Vijay lived a lavish life, Vijay's family obviously left Vijay out of their billionaire life too, obviously. But once me and her are king and queen, me and your wife are gonna be billionaires, and they're left out of all that too. Yeah, as I set the whole thing up, obviously. But the one thing that will get me going is, oh my god, even though you know what I'm saying, I got played my whole life, and the Seth families are the gatekeepers and they're billionaires, and I lived in this middle class neighborhood in the shitty apartments. I know that once I pay this fee, me and wife are going to be billionaires too, and now we're going to be living a life, and Seth families are left out of all that. Just like you left me out of your lavish life, you won't let me be a part of your lavish life because they're fucking crazy people, obviously. We don't want Ivan to be a part of our lavish life because we hate him so much, obviously. Vijay's family, I don't want Vijay to be a part of our lavish life because we hate her so much. We don't want her being worth $1 billion or being worth $100 million. They're fucking crazy people, obviously. Once we hear a king and queen, we're billionaires, we're living life, they're left out of our glory too. And I set the whole thing up, obviously. I'm a fucking genius, obviously. See what I'm saying here? Hence why you're like, oh, Ivan, you set everything up. Yeah, man, I set everything up whereby Ivan and Vijay are guaranteed. It is so bad that once I pay this fee, me and my wife can't even be with the families. We have to abandon them and run away because this whole place is fucked up, man. Both the families want us. They want both of us because they're fucking crazy people. They all want to have sex with us because they want us. They want us to share because the whole thing is fucked up, obviously. That's why Vijay is running the fuck away with me once I pay this fee, obviously. She is running away with me, obviously. See what I'm saying here? Anyways, not but me talking about the families, obviously. So once what? I don't know, what can I talk about? Talk about Sky Source. Or the 1 year vacation, I don't know. I talk about Sky Source. So once I say my final for the goodbyes and come from death, my wife can see me now. She is a lucky one, obviously. My wife can see me now. Obviously, she is a lucky one, obviously. I'm not just saying it's the only reason why Vijay deserves to see me is because Vijay is my nature. She has eternal history with me. She's the righteous one. Vijay is the only righteous one in this world. Whereas you world are all wicked people. You don't, so yeah, we know yes, you're wicked people, and you don't deserve to see me because you're fucking wicked people, man. You're willing to break every more. You even act like Vijay's not even my wife when you know she's my wife. Again, who gave you the right to think that, to act like Vijay's not my wife when you know she's my wife? Because you guys are fucking crazy people. You know, Ivan, we're fucked up people. We're willing to break it. Yeah, man. You're willing to break every moral code in the book because you're fucking crazy people, man. Yes, act like Vijay's not Ivan's wife. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time I talked to my stepbrother. He's like, Ivan, you think you're married to Slave? I'm like, man, come on, man. You know she's my wife, and you act like she's not my wife. Why? Because you're crazy fucking people, man. You're nothing. So you bang her behind the scenes, and you bang her behind the scenes when you know she's my wife, and then when you come home, you act like Vijay is not even my wife because you're what? You're crazy psychopaths, obviously. Psychopathic behavior, yeah. You guys are crazy psychopaths, and you're nothing but a mess of wife made, man. Because you guys are crazy people, man. You know, we're fucked up people. Yes, man. You guys are fucked up people, and you're willing to break every more in the cold in the boat just to prevent your wife from being together. Because you guys are crazy people, man. You're fucking crazy people, man. Obviously, right. And once I come from death, I will what? I will say my final 40 goodbyes to Elmer Quebec. You're gonna see trending pictures of me with fans, and a lot of fans are going to take pictures with me for the last hope for Zayn's book sales. Obviously. You're looking at something fucking crazy, obviously. And VJ will be so proud. Oh my god, look at Ivan now. You know what I'm saying? Ivan did it. Ivan beat the gatekeepers. You know what I'm saying? Ivan's about to be a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? Ivan did it. Yes, but I did it, obviously. I beat the gatekeepers, and I now made billions for me and you. And now me and you get to be king and queen. Now we're going to be living in this world forever. I get VJ fresh with a glowing beauty forever, hot, smoking hot with glowing beauty. Whereas all those men, they got a veiled VJ with a trashy VJ and our spirit ran away. And she goes, you fucking deserve it. I'm going to show my camera for a sec.